So today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to crack open a recent issue of Reader's Digest and really dig into this powerful, unifying theme that runs all the way through it: the incredible ways we all connect with each other. All right, let's dive in. Right away, the cover hits you with this simple but huge question: what I did for love. It's basically promising these incredible stories of sacrifice and courage. And as you're about to see, the answers they found inside are, well, they're surprising, they're dramatic, and honestly, they're just deeply moving. Our first story is a real-life drama that really makes you wonder, what is it that pushes a totally ordinary person to do something truly extraordinary? Okay, so picture the scene. It's about as normal as it gets. New Year's Day, a guy is just stopping to buy some bottled water for the work week. It's the kind of boring, everyday moment that happens a million times a day, but this one was about to be completely shattered. Just out of nowhere, a calm day turns into an absolute nightmare. A young man, Enrique Velasquez, he's just ambushed right there at the gas pump. His attacker has this serrated knife and just says to him, "I'm gonna kill you today." So, inside the store, a 61-year-old named Lynn Sedgebart hears all this commotion. Now, what's so wild about this is that Sedgebart is described as, mild-mannered, soft-spoken. The guy had never been in a fight in his entire life. And yet, while other people just ignored the screams, he put down his water and ran towards the danger. And what happened next was just brutal. Despite being smaller and older, Sedgebart doesn't even hesitate. He instinctively goes for the weapon. When brute force isn't enough, he somehow has the incredible presence of mind to try and bend the blade on the pavement. And even after getting bitten, he finds the strength to fight back and finally disarm the guy. Which, of course, brings us to the core question of this whole thing. Why? I mean, why would a 61-year-old man with zero fighting experience risk literally everything for someone he's never even met? What could possibly motivate that kind of self-sacrifice?
Well, when they asked him why he did it, Sedgebart's answer is just heartbreaking. He lost his own son just a year before. And suddenly, this heroic act, it takes on a whole new meaning. It wasn't just about saving a stranger. It was this act of deep, profound empathy, a desperate attempt to spare another family the exact same pain he'd been through.
So our next story, it explores the very same theme of connection, but in a totally different way. We're not talking about a single explosive moment, but a quiet bond that was built over 3 decades. This one starts in the middle of chaos and tragedy. A plane crash. Avianca Flight 052 ran out of fuel and just went down on Long Island. And in the middle of that crisis, a child psychiatrist named Dr. Victor Fornari got the call to come to the hospital. At the hospital, Dr. Fornari meets Andrea. She's a severely injured 8-year-old survivor who tragically lost both her mother and her brother in the crash. He ends up becoming her guardian and her confidant, while her dad had to travel to Colombia for the burials. They reconnect once, 9 years later, but then decades just pass, until, 34 years after they first met, an email shows up in his inbox. And this is a quote from that email. Andrea, she's 42 now, a mother herself, and she's reaching out. She explains that as her own daughter turned 8, the same age she was during the crash, she was just overwhelmed with the memory of Dr. Fornari's kindness. "I fell out of the sky," she wrote, "and you caught me." It's just, wow, a bond forged in tragedy that truly lasted a lifetime. These two incredibly powerful stories, they're really just the beginning. The whole magazine is filled with examples that show these moments of connection, both huge and tiny, are happening all around us, all the time. Take this, for instance. It's called a wind phone. It's just a disconnected rotary phone, usually in a remote place, where people can go to have these one-sided conversations with loved ones they've lost. It's a way to connect with those who aren't here anymore. Just a beautiful, heartbreaking symbol of our need to communicate and remember. And the examples just keep on coming. I mean, think about this. Strangers in a restaurant agreeing to meet again in 10 months with no contact info, just on pure trust. Or a 9-year-old boy so in tune with the world that he convinces his mom to turn the car around for a cow in distress. Even a hospital finding a creative way to use its resources to help patients. Every single one is a small but really powerful story of connection.
So when you put all of these pieces together, from the dramatic rescue to the decades-long bond to all these quiet acts of kindness, what's the common thread here? What does it all tell us?
So, what's the big takeaway? I think it's that human connection isn't just one thing. It's like a whole symphony. It can be that explosive crash of a cymbal in a moment of crisis, or it can be the quiet, steady hum of a bass line that lasts for a lifetime. Both are absolutely essential, and both are what define who we are. And that really brings us to the final thought here. Reader's Digest is full of these really wonderful, curated moments of connection. But they aren't just stories on a page. The real question this leaves all of us with is, once you start looking for them, where do you see these threads of connection weaving through your own life?